Hello friends, I welcome you in lecture number 5 on improper integrals. In earlier lectures we have discussed how to decide whether improper integral is convergent or divergent and how to find out its value. But in some cases our improper integral is like that we are not able to find out value of integral of given function. There are some functions whose antiderivatives are not elementary functions and we don't know the integral of those type of functions. So the question is, if we don't know the value of integral of a function and even if we are interested whether this integral is convergent or divergent, so how to decide the convergence or divergence of improper integral without evaluating the value of improper integral. So to decide the convergence we have comparison test for improper integrals. So today we are going to discuss about comparison test for improper integrals. Using this test we can decide whether given improper integral is convergent or not without evaluating its value. So first we understand what is comparison test. There are two types of comparison test: direct comparison test and limit comparison test. So we will discuss both the comparison tests and we will see the examples related to these two tests. So first we understand what is direct comparison test. So direct comparison test says that suppose we have two non-negative functions. Suppose f and g are non-negative functions. Non-negative function means value of function is non-negative at every point in the interval of integration. So suppose interval of integration is from a to infinity. So we assume that suppose we have two non-negative functions on this interval, and suppose the value of fx at every point in this interval is less than or equal to value of gx at every point in this interval. So if we have this type of situation in which f and g are non-negative functions and the value of fx is less than or equal to value of gx at every point in the interval of integration, then this comparison test says that if this integral is convergent, integral of gx from a to infinity is convergent, then integral of fx from a to infinity is also convergent. So it is easy to understand this integral is bigger than this integral. So if value of this integral is finite, this integral must be finite because it is smaller than this integral. So if big value is finite, small value must be finite. Similarly, if this small integral, this integral of fx from a to infinity is infinite, then because this is bigger than this value, it must be infinite. So we can say that if integral gx is convergent, integral of fx is convergent, and if integral of fx is divergent, integral of gx is divergent. So first we state what is direct comparison test. So suppose f and g are two continuous functions on closed interval a to infinity such that both are non-negative. Here we have written 0 is less than or equal to fx and gx is also non-negative, and also value of fx is less than or equal to value of gx at every point x in this interval. So then this integral of fx is convergent if integral of gx is convergent, and if integral of fx is divergent, then this implies integral of gx is divergent. because fx is having smaller values than gx. So if this fx, integral of fx is divergent, then integral of gx is divergent, because integral of gx is bigger than integral of fx. So if we have fx less than or equal to gx, then if integral of gx is convergent, integral of fx is convergent, and if integral of fx is divergent, integral of gx is divergent. So to apply comparison test, suppose we are given to check the convergence of any improper integral of this type. So I don't know how to evaluate value of this improper integral, so I have to think for another integral with which I want to compare this integral. So that will differ from problem to problem. Depending on the given problem, we will decide we have to compare given function fx with which function gx. So we have to determine the function gx with which we want to compare given integral. So now whatever function we select, we must know whether that integral of that function is convergent or not. If we don't know whether integral of gx is convergent or divergent, then we cannot decide convergence or divergence of improper integral of fx. So whenever we are interested to apply comparison test, we should select proper function gx whose convergence on given interval is known to us. So that is our choice, but we must be careful about selection of gx. And if we want to show that this integral is convergent, we have to find out function gx such that value of gx is bigger than value of fx at every point in the interval of integration. And if we want to prove that this function fx is divergent, then we must find function gx in such a way that value of gx is smaller than value of fx at every point in the interval of integration. Alright, so now we can use this standard p integral in some of the cases. We have shown in earlier lectures that if we have improper integral from 1 to infinity 1 over x raised to p, then this integral is convergent if p is greater than 1, and it is divergent if p is less than or equal to 1. So we can use this integral for comparison test if it is required. So we consider one example. Test the integral sin square x by x square dx for convergence. So we don't know how to evaluate value of this integral. We don't know what will be the integral of this function, so we cannot decide by the definition of improper integral. So we have to think another function with which we can compare given integral. So as we know that value of sin x is always in between -1 and 1. So this is clear to us. -1 lies in between, sin x lies in between -1 and 1 for any real number x. So here our domain of integration is from 1 to infinity, and we require sin square x. So if we consider sin square x, then it is always non-negative and its value is in between 0 and 1. So this is also true for every real number. So therefore we can write that it is true in close open interval 1 to infinity also. Now here x lies in between 1 to infinity. So we multiply with 1 by x square. Because x is non-zero, there is no problem in dividing by x square. So we multiply with 1 by x square or we divide by x square, because x lies in the interval 1 to infinity, so it is non-zero, so there is no problem if we divide by x square. So you can see here our function is sin square x by x square, and we have shown that it is less than or equal to this function 1 by x square for every x in the interval 1 to infinity. And we know that this integral is convergent. It is integral of this type dx upon x raised to p, and we know that this integral is convergent if p is greater than 1. Here p equal to 2, so it is greater than 1. Therefore we can see that we can write in this way. Now integral from 1 to infinity 1 by x square dx is convergent, and value of sin square by x square is always less than or equal to 1 by x square at every point in the domain of integration closed interval 1 to infinity. So if big integral is convergent, smaller integral is also convergent. So therefore we can write that 1 to infinity sin square x by x square dx is also convergent by direct comparison test, or we can simply write comparison test also. So here, without evaluating the value of this improper integral, we are able to determine that it is convergent using comparison test. We consider one more example. Determine the convergence of 1 over square root of x square minus 0.1 from 1 to infinity. So first we have to think that with which function we have to compare given function. So if we observe, the function behaves like 1 over square root of x square, and that is nothing but 1 over x. So from this we can have the idea that we may compare with 1 by x. So first we try to check whether 1 by x, what is the relationship between 1 by x and this function. So we try to find out relationship between 1 by x and given function. Before that, we know that x square minus 0.1 is always smaller than x square, and here we write our domain of integration is from 1 to infinity. So here we write for every x in 1 to infinity, otherwise it is true for any real number. Now we are interested in this square root, so we consider square root on both sides. So square root of x square, which is x, for every x in 1 to infinity. So therefore we require reciprocal, so we consider reciprocal. So this is bigger than 1 by x for every x belongs to 1 to infinity, and both the functions are non-negative because x is starting from 1, so this x square is always greater than or equal to 1, so there is no problem. Both 1 by x and 1 over square root of x square minus 0.1 are non-negative or positive functions on this interval. Now as we know, this 1 by x is divergent improper integral. Value of p is 1, so this is divergent. Okay, if we wish we can write down the reason. Because integral from 1 to infinity dx upon x raised to p is convergent if and only if p is greater than 1, and therefore this integral of this function is bigger than integral of this function. Therefore integral from 1 to infinity 1 over x square minus 0.1 dx is also divergent by comparison test. So in this way we can decide whether given integral is convergent or divergent by using direct comparison test. Sometimes if we are asked to check the convergence only, then we don't have to find out the value of the integral. Here we can find out value of this integral using standard formula of integration, but we are asked to check the convergence of this improper integral. So we can compare with integral of function which is known to us, or with the integral of function whose convergence we can decide.